We have over 700,000 followers on Instagram, and we've had more 1,000 follower days than we can count. In this guide, we're breaking down everything we've learned about growing on Instagram so far, step by step, so you can copy it for yourself. Let's talk about how to grow a page in the first place. So here's the exact framework we use. Number one is to pick one singular lane.
Stay in your lane.
Don't post about everything. Choose a clear angle. NBA emotions, player development, clutch moments, trash talk, or culture edits. If the page feels random, people don't follow. Number two, post moments, not plays that nobody cares about. They care about reactions, disrespect, celebrations, arguments, stare downs. Basketball is storytelling, not stats. Number three, short, fast, relatable. Most of our growth comes from 6 to 12-second clips, instant hooks, not slow intros. If the clip doesn't grab attention in the first second, it's dead. Number 4, make it bingeable. Use the same style, captions, pacing, so when someone likes one video, they can watch 5 more without even thinking. We could honestly do better in this aspect, but do as we say, not as we do. Now number 5, volume beats perfection. We didn't win by making one perfect post, we won by posting more than everybody else and learning faster. So why do most basketball pages never end up making money? Here's the brutal truth. Most basketball pages are built for dopamine instead of dollars. They chase highlights, viral clips, follower counts, but they never ask who actually pays for this attention. That's why you see pages with insane views and zero income, and we almost fell into that same exact trap. At one point, everything looked good. Views were rolling in, followers were climbing, engagement was strong, but the money, basically nothing. And that's when we realized if we kept doing what every other basketball page was doing, we'd end up exactly like they were, stuck. So we stopped optimizing for views and started optimizing for who benefits from basketball culture. And that shift changed everything. Number 1 is brand deals. Brands paid to get in front of basketball audiences. Clothing brands, streetwear, apps, events. If your page looks consistent and professional, brands will pay for placements, integrations, campaign-style posts, not because you're famous, but because you're predictable. Number 2 is music deals, and this one actually surprised us. This is where basketball content gets unfair. Artists need basketball pages. Why? Because basketball culture drives music discovery. Highlight clips plus trending sounds equals exposure that artists can't get anywhere else. Labels and artists pay basketball pages to push new songs, create repeat usage, and manufacture organic looking trends. This is how songs blow up on Reels. And once you're known as a page that can do that, the deals keep coming. This has become one of the most consistent revenue streams for us, and working with Drake, Lil Tecca, Bryson Tiller, and many more. Next up is UGC. This is the most overlooked one by far. UGC means that brands pay you to create a basketball style video for their ad campaign or pages, not yours. No posting required, no algorithm dependency, no virality needed. You're paid for editing, pacing, and understanding what keeps people watching. This is the moment we realized we aren't just running a page, we're building a media skill set. And next is platform bonuses and other programs like that. These come and go, but you should never rely on them. But when they stack on top of everything else, they do push the totals higher. The key here is just diversification. Remember earlier when we said one decision changed everything? Here it is. We stopped just building a page. We started building value. Instead of asking, how do we go viral? Instead we asked, how do we become useful to brands, artists, and companies? That decision unlocked brand deals, music promos, and UGC work. Without it, the views wouldn't have mattered at all. So yes, you can make 6 figures posting basketball videos, but not by reposting endlessly, chasing highlights, or hoping brands magically find you. It works when you understand culture, build monetization pathways, and treat content like a business. First up, let's talk about optimizing your profile. You'll need to create a personal theme page. This is a page that curates content in a specific niche like fitness, travel, or beauty. Even if you're trying to grow a personal page, what we'll say will still apply. You need to stick to one topic which shouldn't be too broad, and you need to actually provide some sort of value within it. Like we post entertaining videos to do with basketball, and if you can't sum up your accounts like we did in one sentence, then you have a problem. So here's what you need to focus on. For your profile picture, choose a clear, eye-catching image that represents your niche. It will help if you have one with you in it, but it still needs to fit this criteria. Also, having a story posted with a colorful link will also help you a lot. So for your username, make it relevant and easy to remember. Avoid underscores and full stops if you can. And in your name is where a lot of people will tell you that you need to put some keywords. But having your actual name, like we do, will make it a lot more personal and build a stronger connection to your audience, which will increase your follow return, which is very important and we'll talk about later. And next is your bio. So what you want to do is write a compelling bio that tells people what your page is about. And then it's your first 9 posts. So what you want to do is post high quality content to fill up your grid. You can do this by taking high performing content from other accounts in your niche and crediting them in the caption. If you're doing this with our accounts, you would go download these videos because these videos did better than the average video. You should also include a call to action to follow in the caption as well as a hashtag list to increase your visibility. So after setting all this up, you want to let your account chill for a bit. Now I know what you're thinking, I want clout now, but you're gonna have to be patient because Instagram might be suspicious of new accounts posting a lot right away. And if you have an old account you're not using, that would be a better option. Now let's move on to the follow for follow method. Be very intentional here because Instagram is very strict about this activity. Back in the day when we started out, we absolutely abused this tactic and we got action blocked so bad to the point where we couldn't do anything on Instagram for over a month. So we learned from our mistakes and now we are very conservative with this method. So find a creator in your niche and follow their engaged followers. These people are those who like their posts that don't even do particularly well. These are the true fans who really enjoy this type of content. And after following, some will actually follow you back. And this is what really gets your journey going to 1,000 followers. Avoid using services or apps to automate this process. It used to work back in the day, but now Zuck will not let that fly. Instagram will suspend or even terminate your account if they catch you doing this, so avoid it altogether. Don't even try it once or twice, just avoid it. Also, you only want to do this for the first couple thousand followers because it's not sustainable after that. Your posts will start to get on the Explore page and the Reels tab, and you should start to grow organically, which is ultimately the goal. Follow for follow is just to give you a kickstart. So here's the truth. Most people are failing on Instagram because they don't understand one thing, and that's attention. Instagram does not care about how nice your picture looks or how detailed your caption is. All they care about is if people stay on your content. So why do creators get stuck? They follow trends without knowing why they work. They post for themselves and not the audience, and they don't focus on attention at all. If the audience swipes away within the first 3 seconds, your video is cooked and your views will tank. There's no two ways about it. Alright, so here's the exact formula that we use to hit millions. So step 1 is the hook. This is everything. We spend more time on the first 3 seconds of the reel than the rest of the video. And why? It's because if you can stop the scroll, you've already won half of the battle. So here's an example. Instead of saying, here are 5 basketball tips, you can say, if you don't have these 5 skills, you'll never go D1. This really makes people lean in. Step 2. Keep the pace fast. Cut out dead space, and every second should either give value or build curiosity. People don't have short attention spans. They have a short tolerance for boredom. Step 3. Retention breaking points. This means that every 5 to 7 seconds, something needs to change. Like a camera angle, a new visual, a sound effect, a new subtitle. If nothing changes, people swipe. Step 4. Algorithm alignment. The Instagram algorithm cares about one thing, and that's watch time. So if you can get people to watch most of your video or even rewatch it multiple times, Instagram will shoot your video to millions of views. And that's the system. It's not luck, it's structure. And if you do this, you will do well. And if you're wondering if the system really works, here's our accounts at the start of this journey, and here's where they sit now. And this is why we're so obsessed with this process. It's because it really works. If two guys like us can do this from zero, then you can as well. So let me give you the biggest mistake people make. People think that one video will blow them up. Wrong. Growth comes from consistency with the right structure. One video isn't going to change your life, but 50 structured ones will. So here's the trick. Don't just post, test. Every reel is a piece of data. If your hook flops, change it. If people start falling off after the first 5 seconds, ask why. This is how you turn Instagram into less of a guessing game and more of a science. Something that's important to understand is that views do not equal followers. And that's actually why we're making this video, because there are certain things you can do in your content and things like your captions to increase the amount of followers you can get per view. So why does any of this matter? The thing with followers is they're actually tangibly valuable. So the more followers you have, the more valuable your account is. This is because you can reach more people. So more followers equals more reach. And with this reach, you can therefore charge more for promotions.
My price went up!
Because the ad is being seen by more people, which will result in more sales for the company or more exposure for whatever that person wants to promote. So now let's get into how you're actually going to convert these views into followers. So one of the most important things is having a call to action in your caption. So what this is basically telling people to follow you. And you might say that you see this all the time, but it doesn't work on you. But this is because a call to action won't make someone who's not going to follow you want to, but it will just remind people that are fine with following you that it's something that they can do if they might want to. But remember that this serves as a reminder to follow, but not a reason or trigger to follow. Here's an example of a video that did well in terms of other engagements like views and reach, but it didn't perform well in terms of followers. But you might be asking, I did what you said, I put the call to action, where's my followers? And this leads into the next aspect of converting followers, which is the type of content that you post. So here's an example of why this is so important. So this is a video I posted that got over 18 million views, but it got a relatively low amount of follows compared to a video that got way less views but more follows. So why does this happen? Both of them had the call to action, so why is there a difference? In the video at over 80 million views, it did so well because so many different people could enjoy the video and share it because it's just funny. You don't have to be a fan of basketball to like this video. It's just loosely related to my niche because they're playing basketball in it. Compared to the video that got less views, it's more specific in the basketball niche, so you have to actually enjoy basketball to watch it. So the people that saw this video are more likely to follow because they just like basketball more. So this is not to say that you should only post videos that are specific to your niche, because it's a good idea to have a combination of both.
So madness and badness. Combination.
Which will make your account do better than just posting one or the other. Important to realize what makes each one do best in their own respective ways. Another thing that's very important in terms of how many followers you can get for the amount of views is what niche you are in. So here's an example of an account we have in the finance niche, and this video got a couple million views, and you can see it did extremely well in terms of followers. But why is this? Because the finance niche has the different type of people that are viewing the content. Since the people are typically older, they don't really care who they follow. They can follow thousands of people and that's no issue to them. But on our other more basketball related accounts, it's younger people. They might care about how many people they follow and how that affects how their account looks. Although this isn't something that you can foresee, and I wouldn't recommend you choose your niche based on this, because you need to post about things that you know or are interested in to stay consistent, but it is something to take in mind when you're comparing the results of another account, that you can't really compare niche by niche and expect the same results. So with all of these factors, it highlights the importance of being consistent, because the more you post, the more likely you are to hit all of these factors for your post to do well and convert well and grow your account. You can think of it as a lottery. The more tickets you buy, aka the more posts you make, the more likely you are to win. The more likely your post does well and get you followers. Also,
Your content may have all these factors that we talk about, but it still won't do well. Don't let this discourage you and think that your content is just terrible. You could just be unfortunate with the way the algorithm is pushing your content to people that simply aren't interested in it. So if you post consistently, over time, this problem will resolve. It's all about how bad you want it. So first, you actually need to have a platform, preferably a personal or semi-personal brand, but theme pages can also be monetized. So you ideally want to be in a position where you are teaching your audience something, because it's way easier to monetize through education than anything else, and you're able to position yourself as an authority. The first way to monetize is simply through paid promotions. You can put a business email in your bio if you're big enough. Companies will contact you to make a deal happen. You can also find business contacts emails and try to get a deal done that way. Or you can just DM them on Instagram if the company is small enough. We've done this many times before, and it's a good way to make some money, but it is very inconsistent, and you have less control over what exactly you are promoting. A variation of this is gifting, where companies will send out the physical products instead of paying you money. An example of this is something we've actually received, which is these Move insoles, and all we had to do is throw up an Instagram story to shout out Move, and a big partner is Damian Lillard, so we're basically boys like that. The next way we'll be going over is making a paid school community and having info products like courses or training. This has become very popular in recent times because a lot of creators are getting into this with the platform School. You have Alex Hormozi promoting it like crazy, and creators like Eddie Cumberbatch saying it's the opportunity of a lifetime. But is it actually worth your time? We definitely think it is. However, there is some context you need to be aware of before you get into it. So here are the pros and cons. So firstly, there's no cost per sale because all digital profit margins are very good. Also, it's most likely going to be a monthly payment, so having recurring revenue like that is very appealing. Also, if you're providing good value, it can build a very good community within your broader audience, which you can upsell to higher ticket offers like one-on-one coaching, which can be very lucrative. So now the cons. Firstly, you need a very large or very specific or engaged audience, because if your audience is too small or not specific enough, you'll simply not convert enough people to your community, just because there's not enough volume there. Next, you actually have to commit a lot of time to this. This is essentially a whole nother business on top of creating content. You need to create a good course and host some type of weekly call and support to members, whilst people will not stay in the community because they have no incentive to. A good example of this is Isaiah Rivera and his community. I'm not a member, but from what I can see, he actually provides good value because he's an expert in what he's teaching, because he can actually jump ridiculously high, so he can teach people how to also jump high as well. The next method is moving your audience to a more monetizable platform like YouTube. So creators will often build up their audience with short form content on Instagram or TikTok, and then after their audience is big enough, they will start moving their audience to a platform like YouTube and start making longer form videos. The advantage of this is YouTube has AdSense, so it's a lot easier to monetize over here, and companies are also more willing to do brand deals because it's a more established platform. But the issue with this is longer form videos are a lot harder to make, they're more time consuming. So this transition can be difficult. An example of creators who actually pulled this off is the Paul brothers, who started back on Vine, and they have made millions by taking their audience over to YouTube with their vlogs, and they have built legit brands that are now recognized worldwide. And another more recent example of creators that did this super well is the Kalogra sisters. They did well to build a following on TikTok and Instagram, and they used this following to directly promote their YouTube channel. And in 3 months they went from 0 to 1 million subscribers, and they are pulling amazing views. And their estimated revenue according to ViewStats is $15,000 to $50,000. Another person doing this at a massive scale is Iman Gadzhi. While you probably shouldn't buy his Fortune SMA course, and there's been a bunch of YouTube videos exposing him, you can look at what he's doing with social media and take notes.
When it comes to short form, we get, this year we'll probably finish up around 3 billion views on short form. And we have, I think that department is 20 people. Mm-hmm. So we have 20 full-time people who just put out short form clips.
By having all this content around him, This generated millions upon millions of views that all funneled towards his YouTube channel, which is ultimately what made him so successful and gain millions of subscribers.